Victoria Wayne and Doug Basham. They are X's on the air.
Well, let's have at it, folks. It's another wayward, wicked day here in Las Vegas. If you've got some time, let's talk. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. My name is Basham, Doug Basham, to be exact.
And I'm Victoria Wayne, and welcome to another unpredictable edition of X's on the Air.
The website is www.bashamandwayne.com. The address to email us on the air or off is show@bashamandwayne.com. And while you're at our website, look for the links for both our Facebook and Twitter pages. Friend us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Now, before we get to our weekly stories read, something from last week has been puzzling me all week.
About how you rub lotion into the top part of my body?
No. That part didn't puzzle me at all.
Oh.
I understand that part completely. Now, so far we've had 5 guests on the show. 3 women, 2 men. The men, Richard Rosenthal, legal counsel for Project Lexus.
I remember.
That's the organization that tries to save condemned pets. And we had Timothy Phelps, certified nutball and spokesperson for the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yes.
The women, Mary Wilson from the Supremes, Wendy Mazaris, author of Vegas Ragdoll, and last week, Cynthia Glickman, author of Daughter of a Porn King.
She was my favorite.
I know. Now, at the end of an interview, it is customary for the host or one of the co-hosts to thank the guests for appearing on the show, repeat the name of their book, give out their website address. However, at the end of last week's show, the music started to play.
I know what I did.
And just as I was about to do all that, you launched into this.
I think you are charming. You are absolutely beautiful. Your hair, nails, breasts, everything. Just gorgeous.
Now,
why did I say that?
All week long.
What was I thinking?
I have been, all week long, I've been asking the same question. And the other question I asked was, how would our 2 male guests, Richard Rosenthal and especially Timothy Phelps, how would they have reacted if at the end of the show I'd said something like, I like your dedication to the cause, I think you're handsome, I like your hair, your skin, your testicles. I mean, were you trying to start a new trend last week? That was the oddest ending to a show I have ever heard. You told our guest you liked her breast. Not that I disagree.
I don't know.
Compose yourself.
I thought she was charming. She had a very positive energy, and I just really liked her. And I don't know, she had gigantic, beautiful breasts, and I felt the need to comment on that, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that was interesting, I must say. Do you think we should maybe do that from now on when we have a guest, instead of, pitching their website and book will compliment a certain body part or parts?
Perhaps, I don't know.
It could be a winner.
After it came out of my mouth, I was kind of like, did I just say that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably had the same thought. Anyhow, I got to tell you, one conversation you and I had a few days before the show, when you found out Cynthia was coming into the studio, you said the only reason you're having her come into the studio is because she's hot.
Well, because you didn't have any other guests come into the studio. It was all done on the phone, so that's
because
why.
They were on the East Coast.
Oh, well,
it's a little difficult to ask somebody to fly to Vegas for an hour interview on their dime. And I told you that. I said, no, number one, she's local. The other guests haven't been, except Mary Wilson from the Supremes.
Yes, well, I enjoyed her being here. I enjoyed, she was fun. And I should have ended it differently.
And remember, I told you the reason I like to have a guest in person is because it sounds better than when they're on the phone.
Okay.
Although when she showed up last week and I got to look at her for the first time, I almost turned to you and said, you might be right. But anyway, V, do you have any stories in the news that caught your attention this week?
This week I don't. This particular week, just nothing
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Any personal issues that came up that you feel the need to get off your ample chest?
You know,
Surprisingly, yes.
my friend Troy just so irritates me constantly, that I had a small dinner party the other night at my house. You were invited and didn't show,
I
didn't
couldn't.
come.
I
Okay,
couldn't.
well, whatever. And
I was at home looking at pictures of Cynthia's breasts. I was busy that night.
anyway, it was very, very nice, and I was calm for a change. Usually I have a dinner party and I'm all stressed out that people are in the house, and I don't know, it stresses me out. And then I try to figure out what was it that at this party I was calm, and at other parties in the past, not so much. And it was the fact that nobody helped clear the table. No one helped go in the kitchen or go in other rooms. Or I hate when somebody feels that it's okay for them to go into my kitchen, go into the refrigerator. I wish people would call in on this, because to me this is a normal thing. Some people like it, and I get that, but other people don't like it. And so I try to communicate as clearly as possible and say, hey, everybody, this is my thing. I like playing hostess. If you need another cocktail, you need something, let me get it. It's not a help yourself house. Anyway, everybody cooperated, and I served, and so I repeat this the next day to Troy on the telephone, and Troy says, no, you're wrong. No, people they're helpful. That's their personalities. You have to let them. And see, that just irked me.
Now what? You have to give them the run of the house?
I don't know. But at any rate, I should be kind and sympathetic to their needs, because they are guests, and if they want to clear the table, they are entitled to in my house.
And how do you feel about people clearing the table?
Oh, it makes me nuts.
Really?
It makes me, there are people I don't want to invite back just because I ask them politely and say, please, it's my thing, don't do that, and I can't.
So when someone says to you after dinner, oh, here, let me help.
I say, thank you for offering, but please, do not.
Now, you do understand that these people may go ahead and help you anyway because they think you're just saying, no, I'll do it myself to be polite.
I'm pretty adamant. I'm pretty much like, sit back down and don't touch my dishes.
Yeah, if they knew you, they wouldn't, confuse the politeness issue.
Well, I
But,
don't invite anyone over that doesn't know me.
oh.
I mean, they all know me. I mean, I say it constantly.
So now, are you looking for validation that you're right and Troy's right?
Are you going to give it to me?
Well, no, I would say that whether or not I agree with your approach is irrelevant. It's your house.
Absolutely.
You get to make the rules.
Well, I'm not saying anyone has to agree. I'm
Per-
saying you have to succumb to my needs.
Well,
It's a
personally,
need.
if I had a dinner party and somebody offered to help, I'd give them the box of dish soap and show them where the
Yes.
dishwasher was.
And
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I understand. A lot of people are like that. I wish we had callers that would. I wish somebody was listening and would call in and comment about that. And if you don't like that, or if you have certain house rules like please take your shoes off, or please don't touch the gate, or regardless, that people understand and that they go, okay, it's your house, it's your rules. Anyway, so
Yeah.
that was my week.
My personal opinion is it's your house. You get to set the rules no matter what the occasion or the circumstance.
I would think so.
Whether I agree or not is irrelevant.
It would be, well, I can understand how not everybody's that way, but it's amazing how many people just can't do it. Like there are just specific guests that I have in my mind that just can't do it. They just have to get up and I just put them from here, the dishes from here to there. I just moved the thing. Oh my God, I'm going to explode.
Wow.
Yeah? Yeah.
Well, no, you're asking for callers. It might help.
It would
if
be
you
nice, yes.
Told them how they could get a hold of us.
Yes, please, if you are listening, call in.
Well, don't beg. I mean, you don't want to sound needy
Oh,
or desperate. I mean, just give out the
Let me
damn number.
reword it.
Don't beg. It's not becoming.
please call in.
Oh, jeez.
257-KDWN. That's 257-5396-5396. 257-5396.
See, it worked, Russ. That was very good. What? I'm not supposed to mention someone's name. You talk about Troy for 10 minutes. I say, Russ, what's you give me the finger? What kind of nonsense is that?
Let's move on.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Can I help with the dishes first?
No.
You were going to tell them about the blog? No?
Oh, sure, if you want me to. But before we do, let me remind that all of these stories that we do discuss in the show, except that story about cleaning up after a dinner party, I would assume, that we have links to the full story on our website.
Oh, I've got links to that on the site.
You do?
Oh, yeah, along with pictures.
Pictures of dirty dishes that people have touched, and I'm freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
The website is bashamandwayne.com. That is Douglas's last name and my last name, bashamandwayne.com. And our website is also a blog, which means that you can post your comments on any of our stories that you find there. But we'd rather you called in.
You're sounding needy again, dear. Okay, story number 1.
Yes.
This is about a journalist, and I use the word kind of loosely. He found himself in hot water over something he tweeted concerning the horrific theater shooting in Aurora, Colorado during the premiere showing of the new Batman movie. We talked about that.
Yes.
12 died, over 50 injured. Now, apparently, 3 of the men who were shot and killed died after they threw themselves over their girlfriends.
Yes.
Now, this particular journalist, should I give out his name and who he writes for, or is that irrelevant?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, his name is James Taranto. It's like Toronto with the second O changed to an A. Taranto.
Yeah.
He's an editor at the Wall Street Journal. Here's what he tweeted just days after the shooting. If we didn't have a guest last week, I would have brought the story up then.
Yes.
But we had a guest, I couldn't. He tweeted this days after the shooting. Quote, "I hope the girls whose boyfriends died to save them were worthy of the sacrifice." End quote. Wow. Way to completely miss the point, guy who will probably never get laid again. I mean, at least not with a woman. Now,
A goat, perhaps. But
yeah, then he followed up because he took a lot of heat. Everybody jumped on this guy. They were accusing him of having no soul, no sense of decency. So he followed up and he said that he had meant for his tweet to be challenging. Kind of sounds like he's saying, forgive me for having a conversation that was obviously so above most of you. He said, we intended this to be thought-provoking, but to judge by the response, very few people received it that way. The vast majority found it offensive and insulting. And I guess these 3 gals better just hurry right home and cure cancer or make a better light bulb or something. But my question is, did this question need to be asked? Should it have been asked?
that's one of your...
I mean, what is your reaction to what he tweeted?
Well, it was a little rude, but I would have...
A little rude. You flip out if somebody tries to take a plate to the kitchen for you.
Yeah, that's
A
exactly...
guy questions 3 ladies' worthiness, and that's a little rude? You have strange standards.
I don't think... Was he really questioning their worthiness? He's never met them. He can't make a judgment. And it was just kind of like a stupid statement, and it really has no meaning, and it's irrelevant, and I would have read it and gone, oh, okay, he's nuts, let's move on.
Is there anything that interests you, other than plates being taken to the kitchen? Now, see, this story got to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought twice on it.
I thought it was very unnecessary.
Okay.
I mean, if you're in a, think about it.
It was
You're in a
unnecessary.
theater. Some guy stands up in the front, covered in body armor, armed to the hilt, throws a couple smoke bombs in there, further,
It's horrible.
obscuring your vision, and starts shooting people.
Yes.
Your boyfriends jump on top of you to save you. They're shot and killed.
Boyfriends?
I would classify that as traumatic.
Oh,
And
my
probably
God,
will be
yes.
for years to come,
Of
affecting
course.
further relationships, further
Yes.
everything.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
this guy says, gee, I hope they're worthy of the sacrifice.
It's a stupid statement, and that's it. I don't think anything more of it.
I don't know why I bother. I mean, I really don't.
I have
mean,
nothing, no thoughts whatsoever about that. I said, oh my God, that's a stupid statement, and I would move on.
you want to talk about sex?
Sure.
Would that interest you?
Sure.
Now, do you think, before we move on,
Yes.
do you think he was right or wrong? I mean, can I at least
I
get
think it
that-
was a stupid statement, of course.
Well, okay, stupid, but right or wrong? Stupid is
Yes, it was
forgetting
wrong
to take
for
your
him
cell
to
phone when
make-
you leave the home. This is a little deeper.
Yes, it was-
requires more of a response.
I have no response. He shouldn't have said it, and he's never met them. The girl shouldn't take it personally, and what a stupid thing to say. So you got pictures to show me?
Not of this. Oh, you want the 3 dead guys laying on top of their girlfriends?
No.
See, unlike you, I have standards. I only bring in shots that have cleavage or something like that. Okay, let me ask you this.
What is that?
I have no idea.
It sounds like NASCAR.
Sound in the background. That was kind of strange.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Is this something that you could see yourself doing for another guy?
That we're still on this story? Oh, but I throw myself in front of a...
Hey, I decide when we move on. Just because you're done in one.
Absolutely not. I'm not that... I'm more... I got here Troy thinking, you know, anyway. No, would you?
Well, that I don't know. I don't know if any
That's
of us
true.
would know unless, I mean, I could sit here and be real machismo and say, oh, of course. I don't know for sure.
I think if I were a parent, I certainly would for my child.
Okay.
But for a boyfriend, no. I don't think I would.
Okay, if you were in the situation and your significant other threw himself on top of you to save you,
Yes.
how would that, would you feel
Guilt?
somewhere down the line free to love again? Or would that be a bar that was set so high you wouldn't be able to? And again, you wouldn't know for sure unless you were in that situation, but.
Well, you know, it depends upon the relationship. I don't know. I'm not in a relationship now, so I don't have any, those feelings, you know, so I don't know. I mean, that's incredibly generous, you know, the epitome of...
Well, it's the ultimate.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate sacrifice. You give your life for someone else.
Yeah.
You know, it has to affect you. I would think.
Of course, absolutely.
I'm wondering too, that one of the comments I read when I read the story, it said, just further proves how women are objectified and seen as weaker and not capable as men. Sexism at its finest. She doesn't need your protection, Mr. He-Man. That sounds like a stretch to me, but any chance these actions could be construed or misconstrued as objectification or sexism?
No, it was love. It's unconditional love. It was, no.
Okay,
it's-
how come women don't do this for men? You said you couldn't see yourself doing that. How come? Why is it okay for a guy to throw his body over his girlfriend, but not a girl to throw her body over her boyfriend?
I didn't say it was okay. I think it's shocking. It's,
But I mean,
it's
generally
ab-
speaking,
above and beyond.
it happened 3 times in this incident.
Yeah, wow.
All 3 were men covering up the women.
That's amazing.
No women were killed covering up their men. Would you have done that for me? I'm almost afraid to ask.
For you?
Yeah, I think we know the rest of the answer. No, seriously, could you ever see yourself doing that for anyone?
I'd have to be in that situation, but probably not. I'm honest, probably
Well,
not.
okay, all right, we'll move on. To
Thank
another
you.
story you probably won't
Thank
like.
you, yes, please. I'm
Thank
sure.
you. I thought that was a heavy-duty story.
Okay,
A lot of emotion.
okay,
Not the kind to be blown off of, it's good, it's
Oh.
stupid.
okay.
Headline, racy online video sparks firing of Costa Rican official. Now, I emailed you a copy of this
Yes,
video.
I did, and I watched it.
Okay, let me read a bit of the story. An online video showing a now former Costa Rican official in her underwear has sparked a debate over the privacy of government workers in the Central American country and cost the official her job this week. The video shows Corina Bolanos, who had been Costa Rica's Vice Minister of Culture and Youth since 2006, lying on a bed in her underwear and apparently talking to her lover.
Uh-huh.
She says, I miss you, I love you with all my soul, everything you see here is yours. She was fired for this. And apparently how it happened, there was a fellow that came into her house to install a security system. He stole the tape and put it on the internet.
How did he know it existed to begin with?
Well, I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe he was a friend of the family. The article doesn't get into that. But the bottom line is, it was stolen and put on the internet. She didn't do it.
right.
She thinks she has been unjustly dealt with.
Well,
What do you think?
well, yeah, it was very innocent. I mean, of course, it was
Yeah, it was on
sad.
YouTube. I mean, if it's not sexy enough to get banned from YouTube, is it sexy enough to get fired over it?
It was sexy. I mean, but it was for
Did you think it was sexy?
well,
She's talking to her boyfriend. She started off by saying, I'm very uncomfortable doing this. I'm only doing it because you asked me to.
You
I
know-
love you. The hottest thing she said was, everything you see here is yours.
you know, the fact that he asked her to do that in the position that she had, the job that she had, that it was so, that if she was caught doing this, maybe he had some sort of master plan to, I don't know, why would, when you have a job that is that delicate, that if you're caught doing anything, something as innocent as that, and he asks that of her, and she says, I'm very uncomfortable doing this, but I'm doing it for you because I love you. I don't know, maybe he had some sort of ulterior motive.
Well, no, we don't know, but it's not an uncommon request for a guy to ask a girl. I mean, I love that video you made when we were together. I still have that. I posted it on the website.
I never made a video.
This morning. No, let me read a little more of the article. An online campaign has been launched by supporters who have taken to posting photos of themselves in various stages of undress, holding a sign that reads, "We are all Karina."
Uh-huh.
I actually joined that campaign.
I never made a video, ever. I've never done that with any boyfriend, any husband, ever. I've never been filmed doing anything.
Of course you haven't.
I haven't.
I believe you.
Okay.
That wasn't what I asked.
Yes, I'm sorry, I was hung up on that.
We're talking about the campaign, people posting photos of themselves in certain stages of undress saying, "We are all Karina." I joined that campaign. I did. I posted a picture of myself with a sign that says, "I am Karina."
Uh-huh.
You want to see it?
Okay, yes. You got a picture?
Of course. I come loaded for bear.
Uh-huh. That's my favorite part, is you showing me pictures.
I am Karina.
Oh, my goodness.
See, I am Karina at the bottom.
When did you take this? When did you take this?
Why? Is it good?
It is
It all
good.
depends. Is it good?
Yeah, it is
That was about a
good.
year ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I like your hair.
That's before I grew it. Well, actually, it's a little longer at the back. But
Oh, I like it. No, you
I'm
look
standing there half naked and you're looking at my hair.
you look
I am offended.
you look good.
And do you like the I am Karina at the bottom?
Yeah, that's fine. Is that your bathroom at home? You got butterflies on the wall? That's a little faggy.
But they're male butterflies.
Oh, I see. No, I can't see. How about that? No, you look actually.
Okay, so my question
I'm
is,
keeping this.
should this woman have been fired
This is mine.
for what happened?
No, of course not.
I think it is a grave
Shut up.
injustice.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you this. You saw the video.
Yes.
What if it was a video of her and her boyfriend engaging in sex?
Well,
Should she be fired for that?
she has that kind of job where you just don't do that.
Why?
Because there's certain stipulations from certain jobs that you just.
I mean, I don't
You have to
understand.
watch your
you
reputation.
have a talentless tart like Kim Kardashian, whom we only know because her father defended O.J. Simpson.
Yes.
She makes a sex tape with her boyfriend.
Yes.
It gets put on the internet. She becomes a star. This young lady makes a private tape for her boyfriend.
She's in a very different line of
She
work.
gets fired. But I'm saying, why should that be?
Well, because we expect
You can't be sexy or have a private life if you're in public office?
you expect government officials to behave a certain way in a certain
Why
way.
would you? Now, come on. Politics and politicians is the dirtiest business and the dirtiest people on the planet.
Yes, yes.
And we expect what? Higher from them? We put higher standards on the people that are in the dirtiest business in the world?
Because we want them to be like an authority figure, someone that we look up to that can guide our country, and not see them half naked on a video that's,
Right,
I mean,
right.
that's
And all
why.
politicians have that demeanor when they sit there and tell you something that they know you want to hear, and it's basically a buzz phrase. It's like, let me tell you what you want to hear. Wouldn't it be better if we just treated them and they acted like human beings
Well,
and made sex tapes?
it made
really,
sense.
I mean, really, don't you think it's kind of messed up?
I don't care.
I am Karina.
I see. You look good. I'm keeping that. I'm taking that home with me. I
All
might
right.
frame that.
I have more.
Yes.
So anyhow, you watched the video. She shouldn't have lost her job.
No.
Should she have lost her bra? Yeah, but not the job. Oh, by the way, I have a picture of her.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's innocent. She's got a bra and panties on.
Here,
And-
V, if she wore those exact same clothing, let's say they were made in the form of a bathing suit, basically that's what it looks like.
Right.
If
It's a bra and
those same
panties.
pictures or video were taken on a beach, would she have been
Well,
fired?
she's lying on top of a pillow, kind of snugging with the pillow, and
Okay, what if she was lying on top of a pillow on the beach?
well, yeah, Look, I don't have a problem with it. It's, you know.
So where's your picture that says I am Karina? Oh, that's the bumper music I picked to go to the break. Pretty cool, huh?
I guess.
Okay, folks, we are at the bottom of the hour. Time for us to get out of here for a couple minutes. We'll continue on the other side, hopefully with you. If you'd like to reach us, our number here at the station is 257-KDWN. That's 257-5396 or 5396 if you prefer. Back after the break. Stay with us. And we are back, folks, a little bit past the bottom of the hour. The show is called X's on the Air. I'm Doug Basham, along with my co-host, Victoria Wayne. We used to be married to each other.
Oh, yes.
Hence the name of the show, X's on the Air.
You know, one more comment about this.
Oh, for those people who may have just tuned in, let
Yes.
me tell them what you're going to comment on. We're discussing the story of a Costa Rican government official who was just fired from her job because of a videotape she made in private in her bedroom for her boyfriend.
A sexy
in
tape.
her bra and panties.
But, you know.
Now, why is it sexy? Because she's in her bra and panties?
Ew, she's in a bedroom and in bed with a pillow. Anyway, her boyfriend
A
must.
pillow in the bedroom?
Her boyfriend must have set her up. I mean, we are underestimating the fact that some guy comes into the apartment and steals that videotape, that exact tape. I'm sure she has many videotapes, and he knew just one. I mean, the boyfriend requested that she did this. I mean, she was set up by him.
A lot of boyfriends request things like that.
No, but
Photographs,
something's
video.
fishy. Something's fishy. Somebody wanted her job or something, and there's more to this story than we know about.
Wow, you're
More
going all conspiracy on this.
And
By the way, now that you're holding up that picture of her,
Yes.
I'd hit that beat. Like the fist of an angry god.
I'm sure you would.
I'd give her the best 27 seconds of her life.
I remember the 27 seconds.
Like Cortez ravaged the Aztecs. I would hit that.
I think when we were married, I got like 15 seconds, and that was it. I don't think I got 27 seconds. And about this naked picture of you.
It's not naked.
Well, and who took this, by the way?
Look at my right hand. I'm holding my
Oh.
cell phone in it.
I thought Joe took it or
That's
something.
Joe? Thanks.
What made you take a naked picture of yourself about a year ago? Like, why would you do this?
Oh, it was a request.
It was a request? Ah.
Well, I can't tell you by who.
I'm
I'm not that kind of guy.
I
I
can
don't snap and tell.
I can guess.
No, you can't.
Okay.
You have no idea what his name is. Just kidding. Anyhow, folks, if you are a little lost as to what we're discussing, we have brought two things to the table so far. Firstly, a journalist who questioned whether the three ladies who were saved by their boyfriends jumping on top of them at the horrific Aurora, Colorado shooting, he hoped they were worthy of the
Aye.
sacrifice.
We're still on that? We haven't moved
just
on?
reiterating.
Aye,
I'm not
vey.
going to spend any time on it.
Okay.
Don't get your bowels in an uproar.
Troy texted me and said, why did I upset you or annoy you at the dinner party? So he misunderstood that already. Did I say that?
He didn't get it?
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't annoy me at the dinner party. He annoyed me the next day on the telephone. Enormously annoyed me when he said, no, you are wrong. People should be able to go in your kitchen and your refrigerator and serve themselves and clean your table. And that's what annoyed me is he doesn't, I'm always, oh, never mind.
You know what's interesting about this, Nix?
Tell me.
I bring up a story about one of the most horrific shootings in the country, and you say, are we still on that? And then you go on for 2 minutes about Troy and your dishes. I mean, you're right, forgive me. A shooting in Colorado? Tell us about your sloppy kitchen.
My kitchen
And
is
your
not,
sloppy friend Troy while you're at it.
my
I mean,
kitchen is not sloppy in the least. It is perfectly organized.
But, you're right. Your house is immaculate. I
Yes.
was just talking about dishes on the counter. That's
Yes,
all.
it has to be.
I meant
that
no
way.
offense.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't have any other stories here that originate in the kitchen, but I do have one here with a rather unusual headline.
Yes, go on.
Who's texting you?
Troy, he says,
Do you think maybe you could have a chat with him and say, Troy, text me after the show because I have no self-control.
here, read what he, I don't understand that text. That's from Troy.
Why do you say I frustrate you at the dinner party?
Read the next one, the one up.
I hung up on me. See, even he doesn't want to talk to me. And neither should you.
I hung up on me. What the hell?
By the way, folks, the phone number here at the station is 257-KDWN. That's 257-5396. Here's a headline you don't hear every day, Dee.
Oh, I can't wait.
Man charged with manslaughter in Florida butt injection case. I'll read a bit of the story. A man who injected a woman in the buttocks with unknown substances during an illegal cosmetic surgery was arrested on Thursday and charged with manslaughter in the woman's death. O'Neill Ron Morris, 31 of Hollywood, Florida, figures Florida,
What does that mean?
is known to have injected other women. Now get this.
Figures Florida. What? Because it's hot and humid? What does that have to do with it? Figures Florida.
You're the one who made the comment. I brought up a story several weeks ago, and I said it was in Florida. He said, oh, well, that explains it. Oh, yeah. You want me to go back and dig
No,
up the
God,
soundbite?
don't do
I
it.
mean, not now, but
What, I
have
said
free
that?
time during the week. I
don't
can find it.
I don't think I said
I
that
will
about
hang you.
Florida.
I will embarrass you.
I don't, as you do every day. I don't,
Only when I'm with you.
yeah, I was going to say not every day. That's true.
Anyway, okay, I take it back.
Yes.
Florida, meh. O'Neill Ron Morris, 31 of Hollywood, Florida, is known to have injected other women with substances such as bathroom caulk, cement, super glue, and the tire product Fix-A-Flat, officials with the Broward County Sheriff's Office said. Fix-A-Flat, chest, I mean, these are the things he was injecting these women with.
I'm getting images I don't want.
Authorities
Oh, no.
described
Oh.
Morris as a transvestite who went by the nickname the Duchess.
Wait, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening to the beginning. This is a doctor?
No, it's
Oh.
someone posing as a doctor.
Oh,
it's a
oh.
transvestite who went by the name the Duchess.
And he convinced women that he actually was an MD?
Absolutely. Or at least qualified to give them butt injections, apparently.
What's a butt injection? Well, what is
What
that?
part, it's 2 words, butt and injection. What part don't you understand?
I mean,
when you
a shot?
inject someone in when you inject something, inject someone, that's a different story.
A shot? You mean in their rear end?
Yes, he was injecting them with bathroom
Yes.
caulk,
Oh,
cement, super glue.
I can't even stand to listen to it. I don't even want to think of it. Oh my
You
God!
can leave if it's that horrific.
It's horrible.
I'll meet you in the lobby after the show.
Oh my goodness! No, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know these things.
According to the arrest affidavit, 31-year-old Shatarka Newby died in March in Tallahassee due to what an assistant medical examiner called massive systemic silicone migration
Oh, I'm going back to my texts and my phone.
due to cosmetic silicone injections of the buttocks and hips. She died months after her last injection by Morris. Now get this. Oh, I have a picture.
No!
Before she died. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the one after. No, I'm kidding.
What is this?
That's the woman who died from the injections while she was still alive.
What? I'm just so confused.
Now,
What? What? Okay.
Does that help explain butt
Is this
injection better?
real? Is this photograph real?
Yes.
Oh.
You think I'm going to bring fake crap to the show?
Okay.
Okay. I mean, looking at that picture, I mean, every time she sat down, she'd probably bounce back up.
Did she want to be larger or smaller?
Well, I imagine larger. You don't usually get something injected into you to make you
Okay.
smaller. You know that apparently when she walked backwards, her butt went beep.
I'm gonna throw up. Let's.
Huh? Oh, okay. Well, now, hey, I got more of the story here.
Yeah. I don't even.
Who is texting you now?
Troy is tech, and I don't even understand what he's saying.
Let me guess, he's still stuck on the dinner party.
What
What a bunch of anal retards I have to deal with. I mean,
You see why we're not married anymore?
yeah, no kidding. I thought you were the evolved one. Come to find out, meh. Morris, that's the transvestite known as the Duchess.
Yes.
The injector, if you
Okay.
will. Morris once told Newby, that's her, the lady that died, he told Newby's aunt that he was injecting her with silicone from the Home Depot, the affidavit said.
He told her this.
He told this girl's aunt that he was injecting her with silicone. Well, that's the power of the Home Depot.
This is a horrible
He
story.
told this woman's aunt, and she went back there. You know, I'd never thought that people should die for sheer stupidity, but the story's kind of,
She must have thought he was kidding. She didn't think he was serious.
I don't know, but, you know, anytime a person called the Duchess approaches you with a
A needle?
tube of silicone from the Home Depot, you may want to rethink this appointment and leave.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Okay, Morris made house calls for the injections and would seal the injection sites with cotton balls and super glue.
Yeah.
Newbie's aunt told investigators. I mean, that's your first red flag.
I
Real
was-
doctors don't make house calls anymore.
I was so hungry before we started, and now I just want to throw up. I don't want to hear
See,
anymore.
I
This
did
is
you a favor.
horrible. Oh,
You will not go home in a state of self-loathing because you gave in to your eating impulses. Isn't that funny? We have a new follower on Twitter and they deal with eating disorders.
yes, you mentioned that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay, so
Yes.
so Kim Kardashian's secret is out. She's all Home Depot.
Yes, okay. Can we move on? This is the worst story you've ever had. This is absolutely the worst.
Worse than
story.
the yogurt enemas?
I blocked that one out of my mind. Yes, it's just, this is horrible. Okay, go on.
You know, my
Let's-
father always told me, never let a transvestite inject your butt with anything.
He told you that.
Sage advice
Yes. Well,
from
that's.
my father. I don't know what's sadder, that somebody would actually do this to another human being, or there's someone that's desperate enough to go to a person like this to have enhancements done. What do you think of this whole enhancement thing?
No, 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 no.
You know, if I could get you to pay attention to the show for a few seconds, you can't text Troy after.
Okay, I will.
I mean, is he still hung up on the dishes?
Yes.
This is getting really irritating. I mean, this Troy is really starting to piss me off. Hey, Troy, you're not relevant right now. Go away. Die in a fire.
No, guys.
Well, that might be a little
horrible.
Okay.
You are saying horrible things
Get
today.
injections. Hey, I got a guy to hook you up with. They
No, the
call
thing-
him the Duchess.
He keeps texting, but my SIM card's filled, so I can't see the text.
You know, this
I
is the
can't
worst
receive it.
illegal butt injection story I've heard since, well, the Jerry Sandusky Penn State story.
I don't know how human beings can do these things to other human beings. I don't want to know. It's just horrific. So, yes, I don't know what you said. So go on.
Okay, well, the reason I brought this up is because I don't know your position or stance on women who get things done. But I do have another story
Oh.
here in the same
Oh, I'm all
vein.
for it. I'm all for it.
You are,
Absolutely. Sure.
after this story.
Well, that story was, you gotta check the doctor out.
Okay, next story. Meet the 14-year-old who, unlike her mother and 4 sisters, is refusing to have breast implants.
Yes.
14 years old.
Yeah, that's too young. That's
Brittany
wrong.
Marshall works hard at school and dreams of going to university one day. And if that isn't strange enough, she has absolutely no desire to have breast implants. This disturbing state of affairs has left her mother Chantel, who had great hopes for her youngest child, wondering where she went wrong. Now, there's more. After all, in the Marshall household, where mother and 4 other daughters boast this is a British story, 50,000 pounds
Oh, that explains
worth
it.
of silicone breast. Might as well be Florida. Cosmetic surgery at 18 is a rite of passage. Brittany, however, is shaping up as the family rebel, saying she wants to keep her natural figure. The mother, the 53-year-old mother of 9, Chantel, said, quote, Brittany is going through a funny phase at the moment and saying she doesn't want to get her boobs done. But I know my daughters, and I know Brittany is no different from the rest. She idolizes her older sisters, so we've already started talking about her getting a boob job as soon as she turns 18. At the moment, she doesn't really have what I would say are boobs. This is a mother talking.
Uh-huh.
So I would like her to follow in her sister's footsteps when she is old enough. I really love the fake look of my girls, and I know Brittany will go that way when she's a bit older. I love the idea of us all looking similar and glamorous.
Yeah.
End quote.
So
See,
what do you-
that's what happens when you're their friend and not their mother.
Well, that's true. That's true. But what do you think about having procedures done?
I don't like it.
Oh, really?
I would rather, and you know that some of the most profound relationships I've had have been with smaller breasted women.
No, I don't know that. How would I know that? How would I know that?
Sherry.
Well, I don't remember Sherry's breasts. I don't-
Really? After last week, I thought you were fixated on everybody's breasts.
No, I'm not.
just last week's guest, that's it. Well, come on, if Sherry had, an ample bosom, I'm sure you'd remember that. My
I
point
don't
is,
remember.
okay,
That was so many years ago. So I remember she was beautiful.
has anyone watered you lately? Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Plant. I gotta explain them, I gotta make the jokes and explain them. Oh, I'm sorry, was that short? No.
Yes.
I would rather be with a small-breasted natural woman than a large-breasted silicone woman.
Well, were you talking only about breast implants, or were you talking about any other procedure?
Well, I mean, if the...
There are other
Did you throw that picture
procedures.
on the ground? Are you littering?
Did you want it back? Which one? I got the naked one of you.
No,
And I
the
got-
one of the girl that just had the implants. What'd you do with that? Anyhow, I have a picture
Yes.
of this mother and her
Yes.
4 daughters.
Uh-huh.
This picture at the bottom,
Oh,
that's the
my
14-year-old one.
Goodness!
The
Oh,
top picture is the mother.
my goodness! Oh, you have to. If you won't call in, you have to at least go to our website to see this picture. This beautiful girl. That's the one that will not.
Yes,
have
that's the 14-year-old they're trying to
Look at-
indoctrinate.
that hair. She's gorgeous. She's the prettiest.
Okay, let me ask you, in this picture up top, one of those gals is the mother. Do you know which one it is?
The one in black.
That's who I picked.
Yeah.
No, that's not the mother.
Okay. Wait a second. One of the ones on the end. This one or this one?
No, the mother is in the middle.
No.
I'll give you their names and ages from left to
That
right.
cannot be. The one that
Listen.
she looks the youngest out of all of them.
I know, in the left. Emma is 30. Next, Ripley is 21.
Okay.
Next is the mother, 53.
Oh, that's astounding.
The one in the black, Terry, is 27.
That's scary. She's
Tara,
scary.
on the far right, is 26.
Okay.
Those are some hard miles on those girls.
Oh, this
I mean,
this girl's beautiful.
Them some hard miles. You take a look. I don't know where it says in the article. They've had between the 5 of them something like 18 boob jobs. I mean, if you look at all this, there's got to be like 57 boobs in that picture. I mean, really. Now this one Russ would like to see. See, his brother's already inching over here. Boobies? Boobies? Huh?
Yes, go on.
So, you're for it. I'm against it. Why are you for it?
Well, not necessarily breast.
And let me preface this by
Yes.
saying you are in the fortunate position of never having had to contemplate
Mine are real.
getting a boob job
That's
because
right.
yours have been ample since what?
I was 10.
3, 4, 10?
But no, I don't mean I lied for breast implants. Actually, that's kind of a scary part of the body. But I'm for procedures being done, any other procedure, just anything to make yourself feel
Like
better.
Botox?
Sure, if you want to have it done. I've never had it done. If you want to have it done, sure.
So you're not against it?
I'm not against it at all.
Well, I
no.
shouldn't say that I'm against it, but when you read some stories of some of the things that can happen.
Sure. Well, you have to check out.
I mean, have you seen some of the people around town who have had work done?
Yes, and sometimes it.
Have you seen Mr. Las Vegas lately?
No. Do you have a picture?
No. Just in the paper a couple days ago. You know who I'm talking about?
Of course.
Wayne Newton.
Oh, yes, of course. No, I have not seen a picture of him in a long time. Long time.
He can't stop smiling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Yeah. Well, people get carried away, but
Dr.
you.
Sardonicus. I mean, that forced eternal permanent grin.
Yeah. You have to.
Joan Rivers.
She looks beautiful.
She does.
She looks beautiful.
No, but you haven't seen
I'm a
her.
big fan.
Well, I like Joan Rivers too.
Yeah.
But, it's obvious she's had a lot of work done and she has trouble closing her mouth. Of course, Joan always did. But this, this is for a different reason.
Yeah. No, she looks gorgeous, and anything that makes you feel better about yourself, what the hell, do it.
Give them the phone numbers, please. See, go ahead, beg for phone calls.
Wait.
This is probably what, the 13th show? And you still have no clue.
I have a clue.
What the phone number?
Please.
That's why you're reaching for the sheet.
Please call us. 257-5396, 257-5396. Anything you would like to comment about that we have just said, or even if anything we have not said, please call in.
Yeah, I don't really want any phone calls. I just want to see you beg again. It's not becoming at all. And I just enjoy it so
Great,
much.
that's a little short too.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
What do I have papers in front of me for? What do you keep shoving
Oh,
papers?
well,
like,
this is mine. You have no.
I don't want any of them. I'm not going to read them.
I don't recall shoving them in front of you. I think you grabbed them in desperation when you were trying to recall the phone number.
My bad, it could have been.
Yes. Now, back to the dishes.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I'm kidding. I got another story for you here.
Okay.
Headline reads, Restaurant offers sushi on naked models.
Okay.
Picture.
Picture, let me see. Well, they did the same thing in Sex and the City. There was a scene in one of the Sex and the Cities where she's lying on the table and she's full of sushi. That's kind of erotic.
And did she get fired for her job for that?
No, I find this erotic. I don't have any problem with this at all. Why? What do you think of this?
Oh, I have no problem with it at all.
Yeah.
Waiter, there's a hair in my sushi. No.
Well, most of the food is on plates that's on these naked people's bodies.
Yeah, actually, they have covered their body parts up with green leaf roots.
Yes, it's very erotic and very nice, and that's very sexy.
But again, what does that tell you about us as a society? That a fella can increase his business by putting his food on top of naked bodies.
Well, sex
Why don't we
sells.
just admit that we are hardwired to be sexual creatures and stop firing people when they act on their natural impulses and make a little videotape for their boyfriend?
Well,
Or take dishes out to the sink after dinner. I mean, why don't we just face reality?
I agree. I agree. We are sexual beings, and I don't have a problem with it. But it's because we're bored. That's why these things are so weird. Life is so.
Hold it. What is because we're bored? This?
Yes, I think that we come up with creative gimmicks to get people into your restaurant or something, and exploiting sex in a sense.
I don't know.
Although
that
I'm not
it's-
against it.
I don't know that it's a boredom thing so much as it is a manifestation of the old saying. Again, number one, that we're hardwired to be sexual creatures. Number two, you've heard the old phrase, sex sells.
Yes, absolutely.
Nothing sells a boring, mundane book better than a dirty cover.
Sure, sure.
It is who we are. And for people to take this holier-than-thou attitude, she did a video for her boyfriend, fire her ass. I mean, who are they trying? They're hypocrites. They stink.
Well, it's not our country.
They reek with hypocrisy.
Right. Well, so that's why these people are selling sushi off of naked people's bodies.
Exactly. At least this guy is admitting, or
Yes.
at least showing that he is cognizant of who human beings are.
Sure.
And of course, his business has increased.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I bet.
So,
I bet.
I don't know.
It's a nice buffet table. What I like about the picture, is it's a guy lying there with sushi on him, and it's a girl lying on it. So it's not a sexist thing. It's not like just naked women. It's just naked people.
Exactly.
I like it.
I do too.
And now I'm hungry for sushi.
I wonder if they offer delivery. You know me. I think this is probably an excellent concept ruined by disgusting rotten fish.
Well, you don't eat sushi.
I don't eat sushi.
Oh, I love sushi.
Well, I know you do. But for me, I think the concept is good. Of course, they couldn't do it with an Italian restaurant. The meatballs would keep rolling off. But I think another food stuff other than sushi. And I'm there.
Well, I think this could encourage you to, explore your boundaries and horizons. And
Look at the girl in that picture.
yes,
She is not going to make me try sushi.
why? She's very sexy.
No, she's not. She's naked. That's it.
Well, she's thin and perfect, and
She has toes like E.T.
well, look at because the camera angle's kind of down there. Look at that hip bone sticking out. That's erotic.
Oh yeah, that's real sexy.
I think that's
I
erotic.
wouldn't need a toothpick after dinner. Really?
You should try sushi. You never tried sushi, I bet.
Yeah, actually I have.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I did know.
I didn't think
Just
so.
the thought of eating bait is enough to,
You don't fish. You don't look at that as bait.
No, I do eat fish. I just don't eat sushi.
Yes, well, it's delicious. It's just, it's
Now,
wonderful.
would you have a problem if you were in a relationship, you had a significant other, said, honey, see you later, I'm going to go down and eat sushi off a naked woman?
No, I have no problem with that.
Actually, you probably wouldn't.
Of course I wouldn't. I'd say, well, can I go with you?
But see, that's because you're enlightened and you have admitted what we are as human beings.
Yes.
Why can't everybody reach that height or sense of enlightenment?
That's what I've always said.
That's my question.
Everybody needs to be more like me.
We have another few seconds to go. Oh, I thought you were reaching for the phone.
Oh, no, I'm not.
What is that long cylindrical shape? Oh, that's a pin.
It's a pin that is
pen light.
a pin flashlight.
Very good.
Isn't
Helped you
that
read the
cool?
phone numbers you forget. Anyhow, folks, that's all the time we got. We will be back next week, same time, same station. Join us then. Until then, take care.